there are so many single available women here, right? And you can't tell me that there's not one woman that, you know, that just would not be able to be your match. So I think when you are leaving and let's say you're trying to go overseas to find something, I don't necessarily think when men are doing that. Well, I'm gonna just say black men because we were talking about black love. Black men are doing that when they're going abroad. Me personally, I think it has a lot to do with because they don't want to do the work to elevate themselves, to get the woman that they want to have access to here in America. Because not all Black women have attitudes. There's just going to be certain things that you are going to deal with women regardless of where you go, because women are women. So you're not going to escape those aspects of dealing with a woman. They're going to have expectations and needs from you. I think a lot of times what happens is they're unsuccessful here. They think that it's going to be an escape somewhere else. And then they feel that, okay, they're not going to have the same expectations of me as someone here in a, you know, the States would. So they can, I guess, enter in a relationship with minimal output and feel like they you know have a woman, because more than likely, based on what the research that I found, was that those women are looking for a come up, right? And so if a woman here in the States is looking for a come up, it's a problem. But you'll go overseas knowing that these women are looking for a come up and it's okay. And I think the reason is because the come up over there is less expectation, and they're going to like get more for less is a bargain. So I think that that's where that comes from. But at the end of the day, it begins and ends with you. You still need to, because at some point that woman is going to start having an increase in expectations of what it is that she needs from you as well. And then what are you going to do at that point? You're going to divorce, or, you know, oh, let me get another woman. So,
and I think it's important, you know, to define like what is more for less, because, you know, when we talk about the submissive woman, that is a masculine man looking for a traditional woman in a traditional household. So you go out to these other countries where these traditional roles are more prevalent than here, like in the States, where you have like the more of the modern woman, as they like to call it. Well, you're gonna have to be able to put something up, sir. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these women in tradition in these other countries in traditional roles, they're not working women. So are you going to be the protector? Are you going to be the provider of the household, not just financially, but emotionally, all the other aspects as well? So it's like, you know, at some point you have to, you know, you say more for less. And it's like, well, sir, what really is your more for less? And do you just want a submissive, do you want a servant woman? That's because you know, it's very different. You know, servitude versus submission. And so are you looking for a servant that's by your side, that's a working woman? You know what I mean? Like both of y'all go to work and you come back home and you think that she's not equally tired, but
well, if they're going overseas to get her, they need to first understand the K-1 visa process. And they need to understand that over there, and you're a woman, honey, she can't work. She can't work for the first probably year.
And she don't want to. You have to here, so I don't know.
If y'all be complaining about child support, imagine.
It's cheaper to stay here and get one of us, baby.
And I hope those women overseas are watching this stuff, because it's like, honey, I hope you know what you're getting yourself into, because baby, they ain't doing it here.
Exactly.
So I think when men make that comment, they're not thinking about the actual process and the commitment that they are going to have to put into that, and the longevity, even if that relationship doesn't work out. Like, you're still her sponsor. So keep that in mind. When you find your other American woman, let's just say you went over there and you got her and you thought it was the best thing since sliced bread, and it didn't work out. Maybe she became Americanized, the thing that you hate about American women, and now you stuck still sponsoring her and taking care of her.
Oh, honey, and she gonna milk it to the day she die.
And now your new wife, you meet your new wife, and she's American, and you like, man, I've been looking for you my whole life, and now you got to explain to her why you still got a sponsor.
Wait, why did Albie? I gotta shout you out. He just said, I just threw my passport in the trash with a crying emoji.
If you're going to make moves, you need to be educated on the moves that you're going to make. And yes, if you bring somebody over, if it's your spouse, you are legally responsible for them. You are sponsoring them. So if something were to happen and this lady no longer wants to be with you, let's just say she adapts to the American culture, and this fine football player just walks past and she's like, oh, I like that, and he likes her, and she leaves you, you're still responsible for her because you sponsored her. Okay. Mm-hmm. So she can leave you, and you have to still sponsor her because you made an agreement with the government that if you bring this woman over here, you will be responsible for her. That's how it goes.
I mean, it's the easiest get out of jail free card for them, marrying somebody to come over to the States, especially when you have that out, you know, it's like, okay, yeah, the second that they start showing out, I'm out. And, you know, it's the easiest way for people to get into the United States. Quick, very quick.